I know, here we are. Okay, well, we're going to actually do something rare and almost unheard of in Jewish life, which is we're going to start on time. Because some of you, and all of you actually are invited, but many of you are here for an oneg dinner that's going to follow the service at 6:45. And so we're going to actually be on a tight spiritual schedule to have a wonderful Kabbalat Shabbat service, but we're going to start on time. We want to say Mazal Tov to the Suker family. Lev Suker, this is the Shabbat that he's going to become a bar mitzvah, and it's going to help to lead a little bit of the service tonight. We want to thank our Neshama band members who are with us in their acoustic form. Yes, we advertise them as acoustic Shabbat, and we're going to do a lot of singing with them. So we're going to turn to page 13 in our Siddur. We're going to welcome the angels of Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem, page 13.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Yashar, Malachi Elyon, V'mi Malech, Malachi Amlachim, V'akadosh Boachem
It's so great to be together. It's so great to be outdoors. Kabbalat Shabbat was originally envisioned as a service that we would do outdoors. We would actually go outside to welcome God for our celebration of Shabbat. That's why this service was created. So while these beautiful, beautiful days of the end of summer last, we're really happy to be here outside with you. We're going to turn to page 19 now. Join with us as we sing Romamu. We're going to say, God, we are so grateful for you. 3 lines from the bottom of page 19 of this prayer book.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachau lehar kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu v'ishtachau lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
us to page 20 as we continue with Mizmor LeDavid. Some of you may have the custom of standing. Some of you may have the custom of sitting. I encourage you to feel whatever feels like it's more Shabbos for you. Page 20, you can do whatever you like here at Beth Sholom. Stand or sit. Just sing along with us. Psalm 29, page 20.
מזמור לדוד, הבו לאדוני בני לי, הבו לאדוני, כבוד ועוז, איי איי איי, הבו לאדוני, כבוד שמו, השתחוו לאדוני, בהר הקודש, כל אדוני. וישב אדוני מלך לעולם, איי איי איי, אדוני יודע עמו ייתן, אדוני יברך את עמו, בשלום, בשלום, יברך את עמו, בשלום.
We now come to Lecha Dodi, the heart of our Kabbalat Shabbat service. This is when we would actually, if we were indoors, we'd actually go outside and greet the Shekhinah, God's presence. So we're going to sing the first and second and last verse on page 21 of our prayer book, and then we're going to rise. Jerusalem is this way, we'll face this way when we get to the last paragraph on page 22.
And let's just quickly learn this melody because it's a newer one. Well, newer for us at least. So I'll just sing it and please repeat after me. La 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 lecha dodi.
La 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 lecha dodi.
La 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 likrat kala.
La 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 likrat kala.
La 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 pnei Shabbat.
La 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 pnei Shabbat.
Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Awesome. Now the next part. Shamor v'zachor.
Shamor v'zachor.
בדיבור אחד,
בדיבור אחד,
השמיענו,
השמיענו,
אל המיוחד,
אל המיוחד.
Awesome, now you got it, so we can sing together.
We do have it. We got it.
La 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 lecha dodi. La 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 likrat kala. La 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 pnei Shabbat. Pnei Shabbat nekabela.
וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי מקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה לה 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 לקדודי לה 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 לקדלה לה 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 בני שבת בני שבת לקבל לה 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 לקדודי לה 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 לקדלה La 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 bnei Shabbat bnei Shabbat התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה
those of you who are in the process of mourning to remain standing to join with me as we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with the words of Mourner's Kaddish, page 24. Yit Gadal v'yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah. Bialma divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. B'agala u'v'zman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach li'olam omei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal Shemei d'kudesha
B'richu.
Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata damiran b'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen. We ask God who brings peace and comfort on high to bring peace and comfort to all who are remembering their loved ones. So if there's anyone in this room who's, let's say, under the age of 13, or thinks of themselves as under the age of 13, what month are we in right now? September, I know, right. What's the month of the year in the Jewish calendar? Wait, you have to be under 13 to answer that, Bill. Guys, do we know? I have some Abrams kids here. I have some Barrett kids here. What's the month? All right, what is it? Elul. It's the month of Elul, which is the, what, first month on the calendar? Last month on the calendar. Okay, last month. And it's right now not yet Shabbat, by the way. Because if it were Shabbat, what wouldn't we do? We wouldn't hear the sound of this thing. There's Rick Manstein here, who is our Beshalom shofar blower. But Rick, tonight it's going to be me. So this is a shofar, and we get to hear this every day that it's not Shabbat in the month of Elul. For what reason? Why? Because we like loud noises. So you guys know this. Why we listen? We hear the shofar to wake us up, right? To wake us up to what? We're awake. We're awake. We're to wake us up to think about the year that's ending, what we can do a little differently to make this upcoming new year a better new year, how we can change our behaviors, right? That's why we do this. Okay, so guys, we are going to hear the shofar because it's not yet Shabbat. In about a half hour, we would not hear the shofar. Okay, so we're going to hear a tekiah, right? We're going to hear a shavarim, which are 3 notes, truah, which are 9 notes, and we're going to hear a tekiah gedolah, which is a long note. And while we listen to the shofar, everyone's going to think about one thing that you think you could do differently in this new year that would make this a better year for you or for someone you love or for the world around you. What's one thing that you could do? That's what we're supposed to think about when we hear that sound, okay? Everyone's going to have something different. For some of us, it might be being a little kinder to ourselves. For some of us, it might be being a little tougher on ourselves. Each of us has to find our own thing that we need. Okay, so everyone ready to listen? Here we go. I promise I'm not going to blow it into the mic. It'll be too little. Now you're going to see how much hot air your rabbi has. You ready? I'm feeling faint. Just kidding. All right, so each of us, one thing, just one thing. That's all God wants. One thing that we can do a little bit better. All right, we're very excited now because we're coming to the evening service, and in just a little bit, Lev Suker is going to help lead parts of this service. So we're looking forward to that. So if you're able to rise, we invite you to do so, page 28 for the Baruch Hu. And Jerusalem happens to be towards our parking lot.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
Baruch Adonai Mevorach le'olam vahed.
Baruch המבורך לעולם ועד.
And we're seated as we continue privately in our own words, Hebrew or English, page 28.
ומעביר יום ולילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המעריב ערבים. Please join us on page 29 with Ahavat Olam. אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל.
שמע ישראל אדוני אלוהינו
אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו לעולם ועד.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלצאתך בדרך ובשכבך ובקומך וקשרתם להיות על ידיך. והיו לטוטפות ביניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך.
Yasher Koach.
Oh, he's doing one more though, right?
Oh, you're doing Bayome, right?
I am?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna continue privately for just a few moments, and then Lev is gonna lead us on page 31.
Yeah, I'm sure. Sure, it's okay. Sure.
So you know Bayome, right?
Yeah, kinda.
He knows.
Yeah.
אותכם לתת להם כימי השמיים על הארץ. ויאמר
אדוני אל משה לאמור דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת להם ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תהילה. והיה לכם לציצית הוריתם אותו וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם ולא תטורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניהם על אשר אתם זונים אחריהם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיהם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם.
Thank you, Lev. We're continuing page 32 of your prayer book, at the top of the page privately.
ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה בני ישראל קנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ויאמרו כולם. כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תהילות עוצב אלה. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקי הים לפני משה, זה לי אנו ויאמרו אדוני ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גל ישראל.
We know that sometimes the world can be a dangerous place, and so we ask God to bring safety and peace to each and every one of us and to the city of Jerusalem. Page 33, Hashkivenu.
השכיבנו אלוהינו לשלומנו. ופרוס אשכר שלמך ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שמלנו מקומו ישראל, ועל ירושלים.
Join with us as we sing Vishamru, page 34 of your prayer book.
ושמרו בני ישראל
soon after this beautiful music we're going to have a little time for quiet and our own prayers. We're going to invite you to turn with us to page 34. The Chatzi Kaddish continues. We rise if you're able, and then the Amidah during the evening. We get some quiet prayer and reflection beginning on page 35.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה
Amen.
ביעלמדי ורקירותי ומליך מלכותי בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולם העמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו לילה מן הכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן.
Those of you who are still praying, please continue. Those of you who concluded should feel free to be seated. And we're going to conclude the Amidah with Oseh Shalom.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו. ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו.
need a Toronto Blue Jays fan to come and lead us in Kiddush. Oh, Lev, there you are. You'll notice Lev's kippah. All right, so wait, Lev, before you lead us in Kiddush, I have a gift from the Men's Club of Beth Shalom congregation for you. This is the official Lev Suker Family Kiddush Cup presented to you. Very polite young man. There are many people in the Men's Club. His first words were thank you. So, well brought up. So, Lev, you can keep that clean. We'll keep it in this box for you, and I'm going to give you the one that actually has 80 proof bourbon. No, it has grape juice in it, so that you can lead us in Kiddush, and you can actually sip from this cup. All right, we'll invite people to rise. We're turning to page 49.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Berei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzahavanu, L'shabbat kadshav yavra uvratzon hinilanu, Zikro lema'aseh bereishit, Ki hu yotehila mikroi kodesh, Zeher l'tziat Mitzrayim. Kivanu v'acharta, Yotanu kidashta, Mikol ha'amim, L'shabbat kodsheha, V'yavra uvratzon, Hinkaltanu, Baruch Adonai, V'kadesh ha'Shabbat.
Amen.
Great job. Take a little sip. Nice going. Okay, take your Kiddush cup with you back to your seat. Yep, that's yours. And we'll invite people to be seated. We're going to turn ahead to page 80 for a moment as we do the psalm that we do during this month of Elul and during this holiday season. And here's the question you can think about as the Cantor leads us in this beautiful line. If there was one thing you could ask for God, from God, what would you ask God for? If you had one thing you could ask from God, what would it be? That's what you should be thinking about when you're listening to this. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai. One thing I've asked for you, God. Here's what the psalmist says. If you were a psalmist, this is what your request might be. If you were writing a psalm a long time ago, your request might be to dwell in God's house. Okay. Maybe that means that you could see all of the world as filled with God's presence, and it might make you act in a different way. But each of us should think about what we would want to ask of God during this time of Elul. Achat sha'alti is 7 lines from the top of page 80 of the prayer book. The Cantor is going to lead us on this psalm for Elul. We're going to invite you again, if you're able to rise, to turn back to page 51 as we continue now with Aleinu, page 51 as we rise.
Aleinu leshabeach ladon hakol, latet gedola liotzer breishit, שלא עצרנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמענו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ככתוב בתורתך, אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Again, those of you who are in the process of mourning and observing Yahrzeit, both those of you who are here and those who are watching on the Zoom, please rise and join with me. Mourner's Kaddish, page 52. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Yalma divrach Yerutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael b'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru.
Amen.
Amen. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach Ya'olam omei
Almaya.
Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shmei dekudasha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata damiran b'yalma v'yimru.
Amen.
Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru.
Amen.
And we ask God, who brings peace and comfort on high, to bring peace and comfort to all of you remembering loved ones. We want to thank, first and foremost, our Neshama Acoustic, our Acoustic Neshama band. We want to thank Tess, Lisa, and Carl for making music for us tonight, along with our Chazan for leading them. As always, we appreciate your incredible gifts and sharing them with the community. We want to say Mazal Tov to the Suker family. On this, the Shabbat that Lev becomes Bar Mitzvah. Thank you, Lev, for leading us so beautifully in the prayers that you led. And you may notice that Lev is someone who feels very comfortable in front of a microphone. He is he's a theater guy, so he knows how to do this. And we're looking forward to celebrating with your family. Tomorrow, Lev, services start at 6:30 in the morning, right? See you then? No? A little later? Okay. 9:30 in the morning. Tomorrow, 9:30. And we are going to be looking forward to celebrating with you tomorrow. We have lots of incredibly exciting things coming up, but we're kind of committed to trying to end the service at 6:45, so I can't really tell you a lot of them. Just two really quick ones. Next Friday night.
Jazz Shabbat.
That's it. And don't forget that Saturday night, a week from tomorrow, not tomorrow night, a week from tomorrow is Slichot. That's our service in which we start to really get intensely ready for the upcoming Yamim Noraim, the high holidays. We're doing a program that should be really wonderful with Kol Ami, our friends who live with us here at Beth Sholom. We're going to be learning a couple of passages from our tradition that ask us to think about looking backwards, and one that's going to ask us to think about looking forwards. We're going to do a little bit of study together, and then we're going to create art together. Amy Brewstein is going to lead us in an art-making project next Saturday. We're starting at 7:30 with Havdalah, and we're having dessert, and then we're doing some art. And if you're a person who does words, you can do art with words. You don't have to do it. And again, it's not for artists. It's for people to just use that other part of your brain that you probably don't use quite as much unless you are an artist. So that's next Saturday night, and then it will be followed by a Beth Shalom. Cantor is going to lead us in a Slichot service. I'll be joining him. It's going to be a contemplative slichot service, just to try to help create that mood and help us be ready for these upcoming days of awe. So that should be wonderful. We hope we'll see a lot of you next Saturday night at Beth Sholom. That's it. 2 announcements. Time to finish up. Oh, by the way, 3. I lied. This is really important. Many of you know that you are going to be having dinner in what's the Finkel-Sterling Lounge. You may not know where the Finkel-Sterling Lounge is, but where all the portraits of our very handsome and lovely past presidents is found on the way to the historic sanctuary. That's the Finkel-Sterling Lounge. That's where dinner is going to be. Some of you may be here because you're regulars on Friday night and may not know that this is the first of our Oneg Shabbat dinners sponsored by Jamie and Drew Friedman and the Friedman Family Foundation to allow people in the congregation who are relatively new members and people who have been here for a long time to start to get to know each other. And so that's the purpose. But the Friedmans feel very strongly that if you are here and you didn't make everyone's going to be invited during the course of the year to an Oneg dinner, so you're going to get an invitation. But you are welcome to come for dinner tonight, even if you did not sign up, because the Friedmans want you to know that the mitzvah of Hachnasat Orachim, of welcoming all, is something they're very committed to. So you too can feel free to join us for dinner, even if you are not officially on the Oneg list. So that's going to be following the service. I have gone over my allotted time, Sarah. I apologize. I definitely have, but that was a really important announcement to make. So we're going to conclude page 54, Adon Olam.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yisir nivra li'et nasa v'cherzo kol azai melech shemo nikra yarek iglot hakol levado yimloch nora vehu haya vehu hove vehu yeh b'tifarav ve'el echad ve'en sheni lehamshilo lehavira b'li reshit b'li tachlit ve'lo ha'oz ve'hamisra ve'hu eli ve'chai go'ali ve'tzur cheveli v'yetzara ve'hu nisi umanos li menat kosi b'yom ekra biyado ve'kiruki ve'yeti sham ve'yaira ve'imruki ve'viyati Adonai li ve'lo yira.
Shabbat Shalom. Shakoach. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom.
Well, we're going to start the service approximately at 9:30. So, I'm talking to the mic.
Beautifully drawn. I couldn't keep up with the harp part at the end. Because I'm looking at 2 different things.
Right. Yeah, that has to be hard.
Yeah, it's like this. I need to put the words into here. Because I'm looking, the words in different.
Yes.
Or I need to make the font much bigger so I can go back and forth.
Right.